What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. 3-point stance presented by Mountain Dew. Megan Triplet is off doing her Olympic thing. So I got my man Devin Walker filling in. What's up, man? Good morning, good afternoon.
Good morning, Rose. I'm happy to be here. I hope Meg the Olympian is doing her thing in the Olympics. So I'm here to have some fun, man. Let's do this.
Yeah, just stay safe. Don't get COVID like some of these other Olympians are. All right, first off, NBA Finals. The Milwaukee Bucks lead it 3-2 now over the Phoenix Suns. They have a chance to close it out Tuesday night in Milwaukee. We're standing room tickets. Standing, just if you want to stand in the building for the whole game, are going for $1,100. Which will you remember more, the Giannis dunk or the Giannis block?
I'll say this, Rose, quick and easy. I think the one that's the most memorable, only because I think the play is stamped when they do the father stretch my hands treatment on your play. They didn't do the block was amazing, right? But I think the block took a minute for us to kind of register because so much happened afterwards. So like it was like, oh, the block was good, but how good was it? We didn't know how good it was till after the fact. The dunk, it was the steal, the push and transition, the lob, the dunk. Then maybe 10 minutes afterwards, they put the father stretch my hands kind of video under it. So I think that's the most memorable one. When you put the father stretch my hands, when that's on it, it's stamped. I think that's the only way to stamp a play is when you get the if young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. So yeah. I'm gonna give it to them.
Morning. Yeah. Well, and also the block, you didn't really have the play continued. The play was continuing, so you didn't really have a whole lot of time to. That's the thing with the father stretch my hands. You got to kind of have like a stoppage a little bit, and there really wasn't time for that. But Giannis was fouled on the dunk, so there was time to actually stop the play. There was time to stop and see Giannis flex his muscles and everything, and everybody gets jealous that they're not as jacked as Giannis is. Also, the other thing I'm thinking when you hear his press conferences is he the most humble superstar in the NBA?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no for this reason because I think when you get to that level of superstardom or NBA-dom or whatever the hell you want to call it, you're not humble, man. Like you have some kind of gravitas, some kind of braggadocious in you. And people try to kind of play this game with Steph Curry back in the day, where when he was going on runs, he would be hitting threes and he would be shimmying. And like, oh, look at him, he's so humble, bro. He's shimmying on you. That's not humble. Like that's not humble at all.
That's a showman.
Exactly.
Steph, yeah.
Like Giannis he's bodying you, he's gonna flex on you. Like you talk about him flexing. Oh, like I'm bigger than you. You're little. I think there's a levels to humbleism. I just made up a word. I think he's more self-aware than anything. I think he's very, very self-aware of who he is and how dominant he is. I think that's levels to it. I think he's more self-aware than humble.
I think one of the things that I kind of enjoy about him that I've heard more about him, and look, this NBA Finals, it was Chris Paul the first 2 games. It's been Giannis the last 3 games we're getting all the stories about. And let's keep in mind, if Anthony Davis doesn't get hurt and if Kevin Durant's shoe size is 1 size smaller, we're probably not talking about any of this. But here we are. But I think one of the things, whether it's been, the Warriors over the years or LeBron's teams with Cleveland and with the Lakers – or with the Nets and Kyrie and Harden and all those guys, or whether it's the Kawhi Clippers or whatever, you always hear stuff in the media about things in that locker room. Or even the Miami Heat this year, there's stuff coming out about Jimmy Butler not getting along with assistants. One of the things about Giannis, there's been stuff in that locker room. Like, because if you're a good team, you've got to have it never gets out. You never hear about any of it.
Yeah, and that's a part of Giannis being a leader. I think he's a better leader. He's a better leader than we give him credit for. Like we saw clips of when Chris Paul and those guys and Trae Young was shimmying on him. He's on the sideline. Yo, he's shimmying on you. Like, what are we doing? So I give credit to Giannis for being a great leader. But like I said, when you said humble, I won't do humble. I think he knows he's a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year and NBA MVP.
He definitely does. All right. Your king, Space Jam 2, A New Legacy. He ain't my king. Came out. My king is Kanye. He might have a new album coming out too. Your review of Space Jam 2. It's hilarious when I see all these bad reviews. I'm like, it's a freaking kids movie.
That's my point, Rose. Like we are grown-ups, and there's like old ass men out here saying, "Oh, the cinematography for the LeBron James kids movie was not up to par." Like, screw you, dude. It's a kids movie. It's a Looney Tunes movie, bro. Like I would say this. It was fantastic. It was it deserves an Oscar because LeBron James was in it. He did such a great job with his acting skills. He just adds another list to why he's the GOAT, by the way. He overcame a 3-1 lead. He became our king, and he defeated the Goon Squad in Space Jam. So I think his efficiency.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, my bad. Spoiler alert. Don't watch this if you haven't seen it.
Spoiler alert.
But as a movie, man, I enjoyed it, man. Space Jam was fine. Like, as a kid, I loved it. I took my little brother to see it. Me and my girlfriend took my little brother to see it Friday. I went and saw it again on Sunday afternoon. So as a guy who's seen it twice, I loved it. But, like, it's for kids, man. There's jokes in it that are for kids. Like, there's jokes for us, as always. Like, that kids might not
understand. There's a pig rapping. How serious can people take? There's a pig rapping.
IG. Like, what are we doing? There's a hilarious Michael Jordan joke, spoiler alert, in there that made me like cackle. But I think as far as the movie goes, like the nostalgia of the movie was great. The crossovers were great. Dude, screw everybody that says this movie's trash. The one issue I do have, Rose, this is the one issue I do have. The movie was a little long. Like, yeah. I went back and looked at the original Space Jam. I think the runtime would be like 80 minutes. This was maybe an hour and a half, a little bit.
Yeah.
An hour and a half. So I think the writers did a great job of telling the story, but it was a little bit too long. It was a little long because even kids were in the movie theater where I was at. Kids are like, if you start losing them, they'll start getting up and dancing around. And there's a couple kids that were doing that. But I think as far as a movie goes, it deserves an Oscar, Roser.
Maybe best animated film or whatever. Last but not least, you're rocking the DX shirt. And last night, fans returned. Money in the Bank. Shawty, what you drank? Money in the Bank pay-per-view was last night. Fans back in the building. And at the very end of the show, John Cena came back. And it appears from that pop, I remember the chants used to be, "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks."
Yeah.
It appears everybody did miss John Cena with the pop that he got.
You go away long enough, man, wrestling fans will miss you. The jorts are back, man. The freaking jorts are back. He came back with the jorts and some weird-ass haircut. I mean, it's fine, but, like, he's back. Like, that's going to go down in history as one of the biggest wrestling pops of all time. Shout out to John Cena. I am one that doesn't really like John Cena, but it was so good to see him back yesterday. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, that's a pop that you go crazy for right there. Something like that happens. Money in the Bank, good? Was it good?
It was a good show. It was a good show. I'll say this: Vince McMahon is doing a disservice by not pushing Ricochet. Ricochet is a self-made he's a superstar. He is a superhero. Roser, if we ever get in trouble, if like aliens ever come invade us or like anything ever happens, like if another pandemic happens, I feel like Ricochet could save us. Like, he is amazing.
What was that Will Smith movie? Was it Hancock?
Yes, he could be the new Hancock.
He's the new Hancock.
Ricochet is the new Hancock.
Ricochet is the new Hancock.
He is amazing.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Devin Walker, that's my guy. He'll be here with me for the next couple of weeks until Olympic Megan gets back from doing her Olympic duties for CNBC. This has been your 3-Point Stance presented by Mountain Dew.